Welcome back to PlayStation Corner. My name is Alex and today we're going to be taking a look at Operation Tango on the PS5. This is a co-op only spy adventure, but is it worth your time and will you hate your friends after it? Quite possibly, honestly, so hit subscribe, join our growing PlayStation family and let's get started. So for those that don't know, we do run a Nintendo Switch focused channel as well that is called Switch Corner, but on the side of that, we also have a Twitch channel that is known as Console Corner. We're covering both Nintendo Switch and PlayStation 5 over there, and it is led by my friend Curry. I'll be linking that below, but most of today's footage, it will be directly lifted from that, so do check it out if you haven't already. Augmented reality themes. So if I click, this is Halloween now, you ready?
Yeah. Oh my god.
Did that change things?
It changed my whole elevator to look like a pumpkins and stuff.
Alright, let's go Christmas.
Cool. Yeah, do Christmas. Oh! Dude, that's cool. Leave it on Christmas.
Alright, yeah, I will. Emergency stop. Restart elevator. Emergency stop.
We're sorry, but something went terribly wrong with the elevator. Please relax and enjoy the view.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna do call security.
Oh my god. Your
You
partner
called
called
security
security
on your
on you, the mission failed.
I don't know. What was I supposed to do?
Here we go.
Okay.
Your first steps are to get...
Story, and essentially you are a team of two spies taking influence from the likes of no doubt James Bond, Mission Impossible, and then the dev's direct quote here, that is Carmen Sandiego. While I wouldn't say the story is particularly complicated here, it is entertaining enough as you set out as a team, hacker and spy, to stop an evil nemesis that is basically set on destroying the world that we know, or at least the world in this future. Think somewhat basically futuristic, a risk of society crumbling, and yeah, you pretty much get the idea. It's relatively generic, but it is a fun time. You know, it's definitely not deep, more an excuse to send you kind of globe-trotting, but it was enjoyable enough and it sets the stage for what are some unique locations. So gameplay, and first off, there is no single player at all. The concept here is it is a two-player only experience, similar to that of the recent It Takes Two and A Way Out before it. You must play with someone else though, and the game, it does fortunately not only feature crossplay but also includes something called friend play. That means only one person needs to own a copy of the game, the other can jump in for free. This is a common trend in this genre that I'm really starting to appreciate, I will say that now. It is not the longest of games either, though we finished it up in right around 4 hours, I would say, playing as, you know, one character each. Naturally though, then like the design of this game means you could easily revisit it as the other character for what is basically role reversal, doubling that runtime. This one though, it has a very good learning curve to it, although as it slowly brings you into the fold of this kind of world's rules, and near instantly myself and Curry, we were working together while also kind of blaming each other for our shortcomings as spy and hacker. The best way to look at these characters is for a good majority the spy is kind of more action-packed, I guess, more kind of, you know, think like first-person movement, more exploration. The hacker though, it's more menus, unlocking doors and accessing terminals, while also solving probably I'd say a few more puzzles as well. The latter, that might not sound all that exciting, but it's surprisingly interesting, as no doubt the hacker here really is the leader in these scenarios, and it's all probably a little more complex in the brain power required. Missions though, they take you all over the place, from secret facilities to trains to aeroplanes, and the game's variety is key to its success, rarely repeating itself not only in the visual design, in, you know, the locations, but in the puzzles it presents to you as well. Requiring a microphone to play as well, you will not succeed here without communication, and it's best played without seeing what your friend is actively doing. Kind of takes out the fun of describing a scenario or a button or something they need to spot in the world around them. You know, these are actually simplistic kind of designs, but when you've only got your voice to describe what is happening, it becomes a whole lot more complicated.
This is hard. Shit.
That's good. Go there. Go to the right. Slowly. Oh shit. Right.
You went too fast. Yeah, that was quick. Oh man.
Some particularly intense moments as the hacker included for me navigating these locations that are essentially full of laser grids as the spy tries to build them without being able to see what are basically like platform destroying lasers moving towards them. In these moments we got screwed over so much, but it was an absolute blast trying to get through it. This is probably the game's biggest omission for many though, which will be no split screen play, but when you do jump into this one it makes absolute sense, and I see exactly why they opted for this design. It wouldn't work and the game would lose a lot of its intensity in the process by sharing one TV. Problems for the game? Very few honestly. We had a few challenges where you had to time up actions in unison, but this isn't the game's fault, more a warning on my part. That is, we were using Discord. Discord has a slight delay in its audio. This is designed for native voice chat only. Controls wise then as well, jumping around the menus, entering codes, moving levers can be a little bit clunky with a controller in hand, there's no question about it. This game would be a lot easier with a mouse and keyboard at your disposal. It's also a little disappointing, but from what I could tell for PS5 users, there is a lack of DualSense support. I really think it could add to the immersion of the game if they do include it. If it is here, it's not to any noticeable level. Overall though, look, gameplay wise, it is definitely short, but we had a blast with it. We walked away with exactly what we expected, which was we laughed a little bit, we nearly cried more than a few times, we argued constantly, but eventually we succeeded, even if it took us about 100 attempts, and there's something incredibly satisfying in that. It's a pretty looking game.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
Visually, I'd describe it as low poly, low detail, but also extremely stylized. It's got a very cartoonish look to it. Absolutely works for the setting. As a hacker, you can expect a whole lot of like Matrix-esque environments representing almost code across your screen, while the spy typically gets the real world. And while some models here, like some of the pedestrians on the train, they can be a little lacking at times, overall I just really liked the vibe it was rocking. Somewhat reminded me of, characters brought to life. The locations then as well, mostly solid. The opening, a warehouse, a little generic honestly, a lot of shelves, boxes, but from there it just constantly gets better and better. And then the highlight for me, it's got to be the train level. So simple, kind of a bit of a classic at the same time with the genre though. It's such a small location, but there's so much happening at once. From there though, just to kind of round it out, a clean user interface wraps things up, and while I don't think it pushes the PS5 in any way at all, it still looks great rocking 4K. Audio finally, it's solid, going for that old school kind of spy vibe, meaning it's almost light-hearted. This isn't a game taking itself too seriously. That reflects not only in the visuals but in the music as well. It reminded me of, think old school James Bond, or almost the more playful Pink Panther vibe for anyone old enough to know that one or what the hell I'm talking about. Sound effects then are plenty kind of to round it out, but for both the hacker and the spy, this could be everything from, pedestrians around you to more simple things like commands and inputs in this world, but they fit the tone that you would expect in a futuristic setting. So the final verdict in Operation Tango is a great surprise that not only demands 2 players for any sitting, but absolutely delivers an experience that justifies the reason behind it and why single player is just not an option. It just would not work. This game would not get a recommendation. The entertainment here isn't necessarily even in the gameplay itself, but rather the interaction you get with your squad mate, in the sense that we had a blast, and that's why I think it's more than checked all the right boxes. It is a short game which may put people off, no doubt, but for me it's retailing at right around $20 or your local currency, and if you're willing to play as both roles, you're still looking at around 6 to 8 hours of gameplay, which isn't all that bad in my opinion. At launch as well then, it's free for PS5 owners with PS Plus, so even better. But would I recommend it after that? Absolutely. It's a relatively simple collection of puzzles that come together to create a world where communication is necessary, and that's exciting because, let's face it, so few developers out there are bold enough to take this risk. My final note then, but is it as good as the recent, let's say, It Takes Two? It's not basically, but it is a solid alternative with a setting that will no doubt appeal to so many out there. With that in mind, today I'm giving this one a great 8 out of 10 and a strong recommendation. Hopefully from here they start to expand on this world, add new missions and build out from what could be considered an extremely strong start, and I will tell you now, I'll happily pull out my credit cards and invest in future expansions because it's just a refreshing change of pace from the norm. Will you be adding this one to your collection? Have you downloaded and played it already? Let me know in the comments down below. And with that, hit subscribe, join our growing PlayStation family, and I will see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone.